Hello, everyone. It's us.
It's. I was about to say it's the boys. I'm not a boy. I'm a woman.
Actually, let me remove your chat because I have shared chat, so I don't need your chat anymore.
True. Honestly, if like people were messaging in my chat and then also like it would pop up basically. It actually no. Now I think about it, it'd be the same thing on both ends. So.
That's so cool, actually.
Okay, I gotta lock your Fugi in, or else I could accidentally move you. But
Kill-
watch this.
yeah.
If I did accidentally move you.
Oh no, no! I'm floating chat. How are you guys? How is everybody? Macaron is live as a guest on Cornelius Calgary stream. Yay!
Yay!
That's us.
I'm home, baby!
Let's go.
How many days is it? I think it's been like 32 days since. Yeah, 32 days.
Too long, chat. Too
since
long.
I was last here. Since I was last here.
Oh, I never seen that. That model is so cute. Oh my god, I
This
never
one?
seen that. Yeah.
It's my bunny model. I got bunny ears and I got pearls because I like my pearls.
That is actually pretty good. Based. It does show my chat. Let's go. Let's go. Yay, it works. Yay.
It works.
All right,
so
chat.
It is so good.
It is so good, actually. I'm happy that. Ooh. As you can see, chat, we might be a little bit late from our program starting.
No, we're not.
Time.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
No,
Yeah, exactly.
No, we're not.
Exactly. Nothing
We're not
goes
late.
wrong.
We are early. Yeah. Uh-huh. I'm not good at this gaslighting thing, Con. You do it.
Okay, so
you do it.
The thing is, we are always right. If you remember Gandalf, a wizard is never late or arrived early. The wizard is precisely when he's needed. Yeah.
Exactly. What he said.
Exactly. So the thing is, chat, we are not late. You're late. Okay, we've been waiting you guys for an hour. And you guys haven't showed up, so, you know, I guess we were just starting without you.
Yeah, what the fuck, guys? Come on, you're supposed to be here on time.
Exactly.
What is this?
It's all your fault. That's what we're trying to say. It's all your fault.
We are in the right. You are in the right.
You're in the wrong. Exactly. That's how this works, Macaron. Congratulations.
Yippee! I learned something new. But yes, welcome to episode 7 of Snack Time with Cornelius Calgary and moi, Macaron DM, returning from a very long hiatus, which we may cover a couple of things that had happened to me while I was away. We've got a lot to yap about today on both mine and Corn's ends.
We do.
There's been so much happening. But first and foremost, as always, popping the question, how are you, Corn?
I am doing great, actually. How about you, Macaron? How are you doing?
I'm pretty chill. I got a stuffed nose, but you know, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. We suck it up and we keep going, unfortunately. It's Christmas too!
It's almost Christmas too, yeah, and I'm excited because actually, chat, I'm pretty sure I will be able to stream because I'll be going back to my hometown with my family for Christmas, but I'll be taking my PC with me, so I'm pretty sure I'll be able to stream still. So that's good. Yeah. Of course, don't expect like a stream on the 24th or maybe the 25th, but you know, other times I may be streaming. I may be streaming.
Can you believe it, guys? Christmas! Just a week away!
It's Christmas! Woo! Just a week away!
It's just a week away!
It's just a week away. Exactly, chat.
This time? No, yesterday, I guess. Wednesday next week. It is Wednesday next week, isn't it? That's Christmas.
It is Wednesday, I believe. Yeah, let me check.
Well, that's wild. I have a question,
It is.
actually.
It's Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday and Wednesday. Yes.
Do you guys have Boxing Day in Brazil?
Boxing Day? Like a day to put things into the gift boxes?
No, okay. I knew I had to ask you this because I was like, I'm pretty sure it's a kind of a foreign concept outside of the Commonwealth. So we have Christmas, right? And then the day afterwards is Boxing Day, and it's also a public holiday. So basically what Boxing Day is it's Thank you for subbing. I forget that I get bonked when I get a new sub.
Do be like that 6 months, baby.
Let's go.
Let's go. Sorry, go ahead. I had to do that. Go ahead. Boxing Day.
Oh yeah. So Boxing Day, basically, it's almost like Black Friday all over again, honestly. Only it's happening after Christmas. So things are on sale. People are out shopping, spending their Christmas money that they probably got as gifts and blah, blah, blah. That's basically what Boxing Day is.
Okay. Makes sense.
But yeah, I was like, I had heard from someone years ago when I had been like, oh yeah, I've got Christmas Day and Boxing Day off. And they're like, what the fuck is Boxing Day? Are you like beating people up the day after Christmas? I was about to
say, that's what I thought the first time. It can't be that, I thought to myself.
Yes, I am beating up people after Christmas because I didn't get my Christmas gifts.
As you should. Honestly, as you should.
Santa didn't bring all my presents. He left one out, and I'm pissed.
Nah, it's okay. It worked. It worked.
But actually, yeah, what are your plans for Christmas this year, aside from going back home to your family?
Celebrating Christmas, spreading the jolly feeling,
being a menace to society. Yep, that's on that list.
Exactly. But no, yeah, usually because my family, we always gather together on Christmas. Usually we used to gather every Sunday as well, like the whole family together. My mother has 6 siblings, so them and their children and their children of their children, which are my second grade cousins and my first grade cousins. We all get together every Sunday, but because of life, we kind of stopped doing that because it's kind of hard. So
Fair.
Now we reunite mostly at Christmas, and everybody gets together, and we have Secret Santa, and we have a lot of food, and we have ice cream. Oh, what about to say? What is like the usual stuff you eat with your family on Christmas, if there's any?
So because I think in case people need reminders, I am Maori. I am of Maori descent because I'm from New Zealand. So a traditional food that Maoris eat is called a hangi, and sometimes Dad makes a hangi for Christmas, but then it takes too long to prep. Like it can take about 6-7 hours for it to get made on Christmas Day. So it's a lot to do. The traditional way you're supposed to make a hangi, because the earth in New Zealand, because we sit on top of the ring of fire, it's warm, so we cook our food in the ground. Not a privilege in Australia, so we have to have.
I see.
It's like in this weird, like tier kind of metal thing that you cook the hangi in. So it doesn't really have that earthy taste that the original hangi would have if you put it in the ground, but it still tastes pretty good. But this year, I think we're having turducken.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. So we have turducken. Mum is making all her salads. Dad is making his trifle dessert, which I always ask for every single year because Christmas is the one time in the year I get to have trifle. I was gonna ask for funeral potatoes again this year, but once again, it takes a long time to prep it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we usually have a giant feast. We have my grandparents come over, my sister and her husband come over. And, you know, it's just a little shebang. We all get together, we have food comas, and then that's it.
That's fair. No, that's fair. My family is basically the same thing, but because we get like the whole family together, not just, you know, the house nucleus.
Yeah.
The rule is every family brings a plate, so there's a lot of food because there's a lot of family.
What are you bringing to the table this year, Corn?
Well, my family, you know, because I cannot cook for anything, but my nucleus, which is my mom, my stepfather, my sister, and her husband. We basically, my sister does a plate and my mother cooks a plate, and my mother is gonna bring something that we call Russian salad, which is which is basically a combination of it's not minced, it's just like cut turkey. It has green apples, it has cream cheese. It's basically like a sweet and savory kind of plate. And also raisins, which I don't like, but my mom puts it anyway. And, you know, stuff like that. And my sister, she's really famous for making her farofa, which is basically like we use flour, but not like wheat flour. It's I forgot the name in English. Yucca plant? It's not yucca plant. Let me look it up real quick, chat. 1 second, so I don't say stuff.
Yucca.
No, it's not yucca plant. Is I'll find it. I'm typing it. I'll type it.
Is it corn flour?
It's not corn flour. Even though usually you can. We can make farofa with corn flour. But actually, oh, that's what you call it. It's breadcrumbs. So it's basically breadcrumbs, flour, with a lot of stuff. Bacon, sausages, like sauces that she does. So farofa is basically made of breadcrumbs and stuff that you put in it. And the farofa from my sister is very famous. The whole family likes it. So that's basically what we're bringing. And also everybody brings a ice cream as well, because we have my aunt, she has a candy shop. So she brings a lot of stuff from the candy shop to put on as toppings for the ice cream. So we can have the feast and the ice cream. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Actually, thinking about it, a lot of my family is food related. Like my mom works with chocolate. She makes like homemade chocolate. My aunt has a candy shop. I'm a food engineer.
So what you're telling me is you're continuing the family legacy.
Yes, exactly. I'll become the Willy Wonka of the real world, guys. I'll start making crazy shit.
You should. You should. I need you to become the Timothy Chalamet and build a giant chocolate castle. Pretty please.
Put me in a factory. Put me in a factory, chat, and I'll make some weird shit. I promise you.
You'll have like Oompa Loompas working for you. You'll have like a chocolate fountain.
Yes.
A lot of accidents might happen, but that's okay. It's all fun and games. Don't worry.
It is a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Yes. All for the greater good of chocolate.
Lord Farquaad thing to say.
Yes.
But it is a sacrifice I am willing to make. Bro does nothing.
Bro does nothing. I love Lord Farquaad. He's one of the types of villains that I love because he's silly and he doesn't do anything right. I love this type of villains.
He gets other people to get his shit done because
exactly.
he's like, you know what he is? He's like the typical representation of like corporate, basically.
Yeah,
he sits around and does nothing, and all his minions do everything for him. Like,
and he gets all the clout. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. What the hell, man? Tisk. You know what? Maybe DreamWorks was onto something.
Yeah. And then they introduced...
Just maybe they were cooking.
It's funny because if you think of the Shrek universe, you get Lord Farquaad. which is like a goofy type of villain, and then you have like Death from the Puss in Boots movie, which is like the ultimate nemesis.
The spectrum is wild.
It's so cool. It's so cool, bro. That movie is so good. I need to watch the movie again.
Okay, here's my question though, since we're on the topic of Shrek. In Shrek 2, do you consider Prince Charming to be the villain, or is it definitely like Fairy Godmother for you? Or are they both in like a pack together? Because I honestly don't think that Prince Charming did much. He was mostly a pawn for his mother.
Yeah. He was basically doing he still wants to do it because he wanted to do it, but that was a ploy for his mother. So yeah, he didn't come up with a plan. He was just had a part in it, right?
Yeah, an accomplice.
Yeah. So yeah, for sure I would say the villain is still the Fairy Godmother. One of the best movies ever made though. Shrek 2 is so good.
No, honestly, as a sequel too, sequels don't always do very well. Shrek 2 though stands this day.
Yeah. It pretty much set up the premise of like sequels with the potential of being good. That and Spider-Man 2, I think, really made it work. Like, we can work with sequels. Yeah, it's hard. It's a hard formula to redo. Corn furry confirmed. What? Okay. Hi, Ryu. I don't know why. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like furry.
Kami. Hello.
Why am I furry? What did I say? Why am I furry?
I love how I'm the one with the rabbit ears on my end.
True.
And it's just... I don't even have to do anything. I'm not the furry. You're the furry.
Pedro. Did it fix itself? No, it's still doubled. God damn it.
Oh, it's still broken?
I have no idea why. Every time my soundboards get doubled, I swear, chat, I turn it off, I deleted other sources, and it's still coming. I have no idea. I don't even
know how I did it. I don't know how I had fixed my problem. I think it might have been, I just play it through desktop, I think, but who knows?
Yeah, me too. I play through desktop, and it's doubled in my ear too. So I don't know what's going. I don't know what's happening. I'm a man of science, right, chat? But I am willing to believe this is some type of ghost in a machine type of stuff. I have no idea why it happens. At this point, it's supernatural because I went everywhere to fix this. I have no idea. They're like, yeah, I have no word. I don't know. I simply don't know.
Technology could never do this. It's the work of a ghost.
Exactly. So ghost in the machine, chat. There you go.
Oh wait, hold on. Does it work on my end? I should probably double check that.
What?
Play the new one I added.
Oh, you have the new one? Let me check.
Yeah, I have a new one.
Hell yeah.
Because everybody likes playing the Careless Whispers song, and I was like, I think it's funny with Seabat.
Seabat. Oh, man, the memories. The memories of Seabat.
Look, an icon, literally. It was pretty bad, but you know,
the build up to the guy saying, "Oh, I put down this music and I'm having, sexy time," and some people don't like it, so everybody's like, "Well, what the fuck? What music are you listening to?" And then it's fucking Seabat. I was like, there's no way. I love that post.
It's just the fact that it's like, wait, what is it? You can't just leave us hanging. Yeah. Releases it, and it's like, yeah, I think I too would also get annoyed having sex to the song.
Corn.
Because what the heck?
Did you try to send the link in my chat, Ryu? I'm sorry. Good luck beating the allegations. Uh-oh.
What have you done?
I don't know. My chat cannot show links. Rio, can you send me on my Discord? I can post it here. What did I do? What did I do this time?
What did you do? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, I did mention this yesterday. I think this is the funniest part. Yeah, hi by the way to everybody in Corn's chat who, you know, are probably seeing me for the first time or didn't know that I was gone for a whole month. Hi.
Yes.
I'm MACARON DM. I was on hiatus. I unfortunately took a step back from streaming. Life was rough, and I decided that I'd run away to Japan and Korea for a whole month. It was a really good break.
Hell yeah, that's what matters.
So I should mention this because I think it's funny because I just remembered it because Corn's involved in this. Literally, when I was in Korea, right? In case none of you know about the news, there was a martial law, and I was there during the martial law.
Oh yeah, tell them.
Literally. Okay, so when the martial law happened, it happened at like 11 o'clock on like a Tuesday night, I think it was. I can't even remember. It's a big blur for me. Or maybe it was a Monday night. But basically, I woke up that morning at 4 a.m. and checked my Twitter feed, and I was like, because I don't know why I was awake at that hour, but I woke up, checked my Twitter feed, scrolled down just a little bit, and immediately the first thing I see is the South Korean president has declared martial law, and I was like, oh fuck.
Yep.
It's too early for this. I can't be dealing with this. I don't. Oh man. So I went back to sleep.
Literally, based reaction. I would do the same. Like, you know what? I'll look at this more. I'll figure it out
literally. Because it's like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. It's a martial law. I'm a foreigner in South Korea during a martial law. What am I supposed to do? Luckily, the martial law only lasted 6 hours. So by the time I did see that post, the martial law basically was being lifted. I get a message from Korn 12 hours later through our group chat with Loaf and Gumi. And he's like, oh my goodness, Macaron, are you okay? I heard about the martial law.
Yeah. I got scared for a second. It's like, oh my gosh, she's a foreigner. Does that mean like Australia will have to intervene to bring her back or something like that?
No, so the funny thing, right, is because although I'm a permanent resident in Australia, I'm not a citizen. So it would be New Zealand who would have to intervene.
Damn.
Yeah.
World War chat. World War for Macaron.
Yeah, literally. People would fight for me.
Yeah.
You know how crazy that is?
No, but I got really worried because, you know, South Korea has, well, nowadays at least, has a fame. So I was like, oh no, this is not good. This cannot be good.
But no, it was fine. I was in Busan at the time, so the martial law was mostly affecting the citizens who were in Seoul. And Seoul's like hours away from Busan. So it like barely affected us. So when the martial law was finally lifted, my question was like, well, where do we go from here? What happens now? Nothing changes. It all just goes back to the way it was. And I was like, oh, that's so underwhelming. This is giving loser energy. You know how anticlimactic this is? That's a failed coup right there.
True,
what the heck?
True. If I was a world leader and I started martial law chat, somebody was gonna die during that period. I'm just letting you know right now.
Literally.
I would do that for a reason.
Well, because the thing is, right, and I was telling everybody yesterday about this, but a fact that I found out, right, so Korea has had a history, before the martial law that was announced while I was there, they have had a history of 12 martial laws that had been announced from like 1936 to like 1990 something, or 1980. I was like, that's crazy, 12 martial laws. A lot of people who were living in Korea, or had been Korean, like, had been living there their entire lives, or like had moved there, had never thought that they would ever have to experience a martial law. And then they did, and they were like, this is fucked up.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you mean? That you're putting me under basically house arrest? Is that what you're doing to me?
Basically, yeah. I mean, even people in Seoul Seoul just slept and it ended. Yeah, it was pretty quick. It was over pretty quick for after her.
No, yeah. Hi, Mac. Hello.
Yay! I'm glad actually. It's okay. Also, Ryu sent me a clip. Let me see that clip real quick. Cause that looks fur. That looks funny. Let me stop my song real quick. How do I play this clip?
I'm a fur.
I'm a fur. You know, I'm a
makes
science.
sense. That's so funny.
What the fuck? Why did I say that? I'm a oh Christ. God damn it. Welcome, mate.
Welcome to my chat, Kami.
I'm not a furry. Oh, God damn it. I'm not a furry.
Oh, that's so funny. But yeah, no, literally in Seoul, like people, it was funny as well. There were people who were like about to go to sleep that night. Oh goodness!
Hey!
Corn rave? Crab rave? Oh,
Corn rave.
I mean, I guess that is what it is. But yeah, like I said, the funniest part was that people were about to go to sleep when the martial law was announced. I saw tweets of people who live in Korea and like work there, and they were like, I was literally about to go to sleep. What the fuck? Why is the country on fire all of a sudden?
Yeah. No, that's fair.
Oh, it was so funny. But the thing is, right, the the leader of the opposing party, basically, he drove all the way to the National Assembly and like climbed into the window, all while live streaming. And he was like encouraging the public to basically head to the National Assembly and protest. And I was like, this is wild.
That was super
the crazy part is that this is all happening while I'm knocked out.
And he was smart
and
too.
I don't know what's happening.
He was really smart too by live streaming, because if they do anything to him, it would be registered. You know, it would be on record. It's like, oh, that's actually kind of smart move of him. Pretty big brain.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was what happened. So honestly, I think the funniest part about the whole martial law happening was not only your message, because I thought it was really funny, because literally I had spent like half the day just wandering around Busan, and I was like, I'm just having the time of my life. Not much is happening.
Nothing bad is happening. You see, one of my friends is a Korean citizen in Seoul, and she knew about it when we told her. Like, she didn't even know what happened. Oh,
no, literally, it was so short-lived. It just happened, and a lot of people, even though you were awake at night when it had occurred in the city, or you were already knocked out, you were already asleep, ready for the next day. Yeah. So it was kind of funny. But yeah, literally a lot of people were messaging me their concerns, and they were like, I hope you're okay, like I hope things are alright, and I was like, bruh, honestly, not much happened. Honestly, everything just went back to normal. The only thing that changed was pretty much people at universities protesting and like train lines getting halted. And then the other major thing that changed was Korail, which is like the major train operator in Korea. They all of its staff went on strike because of the attempted coup.
Yeah.
And they were like, we're going on strike, so therefore they literally went on strike literally just to protest against the president. And I was like, that's crazy.
That is insane, actually.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It had nothing to do with the company themselves, nothing to do with pay, nothing at all. They were just like, no, I'm gonna go protest because the nation is screwed at the moment. Nah, fuck this.
Fuck this, exactly. We were like, are you okay? What? And she'd be like, what? Why? What do you mean?
Yeah, no, that was my reaction too. Yeah. Everybody was like in a panic, and I'm out here like, nothing much happened.
It was pretty. I was like, oh, okay. That's good to hear. I was happy that was the case.
Yeah, I mean, it's good that it didn't get to an extreme.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I didn't think it was gonna get that extreme anyways, but luckily it didn't in the first place. I think the thing that was really interesting, because I had already, like, I think we all saw the protests back in 2016 during that impeachment. Pretty much it was the same situation for this protest as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just like a bunch of... So the thing about Korea for protesting, usually they will protest in like either universities or they'll protest at like major squares. So for example, one major area that they would protest at was at Gwanghwamun, which is like this giant gate to Gyeongbokgung Palace. They would protest there. And like you'd hear old men yelling, and then university students who are on their day off encouraging them to keep on yelling. And it was like, what is happening?
I see.
The funny part too was that most of the protests were happening about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock at night. And because we were staying in Shuncheon, which is literally like 10 minutes away from some of the major universities, you could hear the protests down the street. It was so loud. And then they were also blasting K-pop at the same time. And I was like, this is so funny. This is actually kind of cool. But yeah, it wasn't that serious. I think as well, the rest of the world through like news media outlets were told, they're like, oh, like things are up in arms in Korea. Like there's a big problem going on. Like making it seem like it was actually like it was probably quote unquote dangerous to be in Korea when it was happening. Meanwhile, the rest of us who were there, bro, there's like nothing happening. We're still continuing our days like nothing's changed.
Nothing, yeah. Nothing ever happens, Shats. That's the motto. Nothing
ever happens. But no, it was really nice. It was nice. I think I did say this to you, I think, a while back. Hot take for everybody. To all of you who are like, I want to go to Japan. Kind of underwhelming.
Yeah.
Kind of underwhelming.
I was kind of surprised when Macaron told me, like, oh no. My dreams. My immersion.
Let me bring down the silk curtains for you, shall I?
Jesus Christ, we're gonna break them.
Let me break your immersion, Corn.
Okay.
Okay, I will preface this ahead of time, and this could be a possibility as to why it was so underwhelming to me. This trip to Japan was my second time. I had been to Japan 5 years ago before. And during that time, after that trip, I had loved Japan. I was like, I would love to go back. 5 years later, I go on this trip. I visit all the major cities, and I'm like, actually, kind of underwhelming.
Actually,
yeah, a little bit underwhelming. It could be because of what we decided to do. That's also another thing to understand and keep in mind as well. But also at the same time, there's a lot of touristy spots, like for example in Osaka, Dotonbori. Not worth visiting, honestly. You see it once, you don't want to go back ever again, because the crowds, they get bad. Like we're talking could cause a stampede kind of bad. So, would not recommend going there at night. It was scary being there at night, because I saw this huge crowd down this hallway. You could barely see any gaps, and I was like, that is a call for danger. If people start pushing each other and then it gets too crowded through there, that's it. No one's surviving. There's gonna be dead bodies all over this place.
Oh, crushed by stampede.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, yeah, no. I even had my sister Cad, like, I held on to her hand so tightly through there, because I was like, I am not losing you for a split second through here, because if I lose you, I'm gonna freak out.
Yeah.
And she was like, it's okay. So we literally only stayed at the entrance, which was fine. I didn't understand. So the other thing I should mention about Osaka as well, I'll go in like chronological order in like a quick summary as well for points about Japan. Osaka at Dotonbori, I don't understand why this was happening. So at the entrance of Dotonbori, there are 2 takoyaki stalls. because in Dotonbori it's mostly like street food and like street markets and all that jazz.
I see.
Overpriced, by the way. Really expensive for what?
As
Whatever.
you would expect. Yeah.
Yeah. That's another thing I'll mention as well. Korea is a lot better than Japan because Japan, people will always say this all the time on social media as well. They'll always say like, oh, Japan's like so cheap. It's so nice being there. Okay, let me hold that thought in your head for a second. It's cheap for Americans because their dollar is more worth it. So therefore, they can actually say that, oh, Japan is so cheap. For the rest of us, it's really expensive. $25 per day. Purely just to transport myself everywhere? You're kidding me.
You're kidding me. Yeah. That's fair. I see the issue. I see the problem.
That's balls. In comparison to compare it to Korea, you only spend $1 when you go through train stations, and even on buses too. Like going from one train station to another that's probably like 30-40 minutes away from where you started, it's only gonna cost you $1. Doing that in Japan, it'll cost you at least $6 or $7.
Damn.
Yeah, so take that into perspective. If you're gonna go to Japan, be ballin'.
Be
ballin' rich.
Be ballin'.
Have a crap ton of money that you don't give a shit about spending and just spend it all in Japan. If you don't have that and you're on a stingy budget, honestly, don't bother.
Exactly. I'll say, chat, I think macaron is just a plant for the Korean government. So take that as you will. Object.
Well, see, this is what I think is funny about the trip. Was that I went to Japan first and then went to Korea right afterwards. The funnier part about going from Japan to Korea is that it kind of like your expectations of Japan are like, pretty neutral. I mean, if it's your first time being there, then the standards are pretty high. You get to Korea, everything that was possibly a hassle for you in Japan is no longer a hassle for you in Korea.
Oh, I see.
Like, we're talking, for example, the big major problem in Japan, especially as, like, if, like, you're adventuring around a lot of the time with suitcases, Japan stations mostly only have stairs. And if they have elevators, they're in spots that are nowhere near where you're trying to get to. And you have to go through all this hassle to get there in the first place. You still have to take stairs to get to said elevator anyways, unless you got off the train near elevator. But it's not a luggage-friendly kind of place. So lugging around all your possessions is really difficult. You are going to be carrying, on occasion, 25 kg up, like, a long flight of stairs pretty damn often, and it's really bad for your back. It's heinously bad. I hated it so much. Luckily, I only had to do it like 3 times, but it was still pretty bad.
I see. That makes sense, yeah.
Getting to Korea and going to the train stations there's elevators everywhere. There's escalators everywhere, too.
Ooh.
The elevators as well, even though your map will tell you to take a different exit, there'll always be an elevator right next to your exit anyways. So it perfectly works out for you if you have any luggage on you in the first place. And I'm like, this is what I have needed. It is so luggage friendly. I can get around easier. Oh my goodness.
Actually, no, that's actually pretty good because, like, one thing about not traveling, but say just like moving anywhere, like going to a place to the other, it's really important to make that. There's a word for that. It's the concept of walkable cities, right? Where like you have all the infrastructure to help you move from a place to another without needing, a personal transportation like a car or something. So that's pretty cool. And that's what I think what the Asian countries, especially Japan and Korea, do really well that the rest of the world should learn from. Yeah.
Like, definitely, Japan is definitely walkable. I think for people who just want to wander, definitely a good place to go to If you like just stumbling into places, yeah, Japan and Korea both do that very well. The only big difference is that, like I said before, work on your muscles when you go to Japan.
You're gonna
work on your muscles and lifting up giant baggages. You're gonna need it. It gets pretty bad. If you get lucky to be at a train station that has an elevator, use it. Definitely 100% use it, because holy crap, you're not gonna be wanting to carry up your bag. It's not even like a small step up stairs. Like, it's not like just six, 7 flights of stairs, right? We're talking like maybe you're going up at least 100 stairs. With minor breaks here and there, but you're hassling other people who are trying to rush the train, so...
That's a lot.
Yeah. It's rough! It's so
That's
rough!
like a lot. Chat.
Yeah! Because you have to remember too, that their trains mostly operate in subways. So you're going up and down. So just think about that. How deep a subway can go. If you've ever been to subways before, yeah. Yeah, it's a nightmare. It's not ideal, I can tell you that much.
That is fair. That's good to know, because I was like, when you said, I mean, you told me that, but didn't specifically set the number like 100 flights of stairs. That would break me. I'll become the Joker if I have to walk up or down 100 flights of stairs.
Because it's also having to equivalent as well, because there are some major train stations in Japan where, you only have to go down like 1 flight, maybe 2 flights of stairs at one point. But then you have to go down another set later on, down like the next aisle or whatever. And then you have to go down 6 more. And it's like, are you kidding me?
That's crazy.
Why?
Damn.
But yeah, it's really bad. The other strange thing that I noticed about Japan, particularly about their major cities. So in Tokyo, if I'm remembering correctly, on the escalator, you stand on the right? Yeah, on the right side. Like, how it's pretty typical to do that in most cities anyways. But I think if I'm remembering correctly, it's either in Kyoto or Osaka. They stand on the left. And then sometimes in certain places, they ask you to go either on the left or right direction, and then they'll swap it randomly. And it's like, this doesn't make sense. Why? Why is this happening?
Keep it one side, and that is fair.
Yeah, like, just stick to the one side. It was really strange, because we'd go around a corner, constantly having gone on the left side for ages. And then we get around a corner, and then suddenly we have to move over to the right. But while we're trying to do that, there's an entire crowd of people who are about to head to work who are like about to smack into you. And it's really bad.
That is fair.
Because also having to remind yourself that these people are in a rush to get somewhere, and they will literally slam into you if they have to get to their destination, because they need to get on their trains. They have to get on the train. But yeah, definitely I will say though, if it's a first time for you, ignore my statement, because like it's your first time being in Japan. That's perfectly fine. So you are going to have that giddy feeling of, I'm in another country that I've always wanted to be to and whatnot. There is also the thing to remember as well, that Japan is very much becoming super duper touristy. So places that were special 5 years ago, 6 years ago for me are now no longer special at all, because suddenly everybody wants to be there now. Like, TikTok, social media in general, has blown up these places that used to be like, I guess, what's the word? Hidden gems back in the day when I had first gone to Japan. Like, there is a stationery store that I thought was big, but apparently wasn't. It's in Shinjuku, and it's called Sakaido. 6 floors high, has every single piece of stationery you could ever imagine. So basically anything you need, it's there. It used to be pretty cheap there as well. Tourism is what caused the prices to go up. Probably inflation and economy too, because Japan's economy went pretty bad a while ago. The other thing too is that social media ended up talking about Sakaido a lot. So we go inside and it's super duper crowded and full of people. I can't go through here anymore. The first time I was here, nobody was here.
Guys,
and now all of you are here.
Guys, I think Macaron is just agoraphobic. Okay, I'm just gonna say. I'm joking. You're fine.
What? How dare you?
How dare you, corn?
Yeah, how dare you? It's just, yeah, it's a little bit disappointing to have all these special places that were really nice at one point and were super cool to go see, and you could actually experience something while you were there. Now for it to be overrun with a bunch of tourists and you basically having no shot at seeing anything unless you were to go somewhere at like the booty crack of dawn to actually see it. But like, once again, you're on holiday. Why would you want to wake up at like 5 a.m. just to go see something?
Just go
one time and that's it.
Exactly.
Which is, I think, how me and Cad had justified most of our trip. We didn't go to the Torii gates because they get overcrowded very quickly. And the reason we basically were like, well, let's not go there was because, one, I don't want to deal with the crowds. Two, we'll go there, we'll see it, and be like, cool, and then that's it.
That's it. I mean, yeah. That's why I myself, like, I like traveling. But I am someone that, yeah, if I'm traveling, okay, it's nice to see things, right? Like, to see places and stuff, but it gets old really fast.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Even if I'm, like, traveling, especially in Brazil, like, I rarely travel in Brazil because of... It's not that I have seen everything, because Brazil has a lot of beautiful places that I haven't seen yet. But I'm like, if I'm going somewhere, I have to be doing something else besides just sightseeing, because literally. I can just look at Google, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I get
this is my point. I'm so glad that you brought this up, because a lot of people would be so disappointed to hear that, because they're like, oh, but like, it's such a special place. Yeah, but think about the fact that I am waiting in a crowd to take a photo underneath a Torii gate for hours at a time, doing something that is only going to take me 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's the point. And I understand, because in another country, you interact with the culture, you interact with, you know, all the different stuff that you don't have in your country, so it makes sense. But sightseeing, it's something that, I don't see a lot of. Because sightseeing is basically for pictures, right? And you can just look up pictures, you know?
Literally.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing, too, I would say as well for traveling, if you do want to see the sights, dedicate one day to just smash out a bunch of sightseeing. Because if you're spending your entire trip just seeing sights, bruh, it gets boring very quickly. And you're, like I said, you're waiting in line for at least maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours at best, to take a photo of a site.
And that's
you know, you spent 2 minutes to do, and then it's like, cool, I did it.
Cool.
That's not worth it.
Bye. Yeah, it's literally that.
Bye, that's it. Like,
also,
really? All this for nothing?
I want to show something real quick.
Ooh.
There you go. I have new emotes.
Oh my gosh!
I have corn which is me, you know, nerding out.
That is me. Actually.
Exactly. I also have corn awuga, you know, for special occasions, chat, that you know when's gonna, you know, if you know, you know. And I also have corn. Don't worry about it. I have corn. Where is it? Oh, it didn't load yet. But I have another one that's me just going like, huh? Which I think is going to be really useful as well. Because sometimes, especially Macaron, you know, when people say stuff out of pocket, you can use that emote. We have a new emote! Yay!
Ooh, that is true. Hold on. I do need... Give me a second. I do need to resubscribe.
Ah, you don't have to. Don't worry about it. You're fine.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't have to.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Oh, Christ.
Yes, I do.
Look at what you did.
I canceled it while I was on my trip because I was like, I can't have this stuff renewed because I'm on such a tight budget.
That is fair. You're
and then I came back and I was like, I'm gonna renew it.
I'm pretty sure
I'm gonna renew it.
yours is the only channel that I am subbed right now because of budget reasons.
Fair enough. There we go.
Thank you for the resub. Bing bong.
Bing bong.
Bing bong.
Mm-hmm. I need to put your name on the board in Minecraft now.
Oh yeah, you did that. That was really cool. That was really smart. Yeah. I should do that.
Cause I was like, I'm gonna be playing Minecraft a lot. I'm gonna be in this world a lot too. For all of my subscribers, you all get to go on the subscriber wall of fame in my Minecraft world.
Based. Hell yeah.
Even if it's gifted too. Even if you have no idea who I am and you just randomly got a gift, you're going on the board.
Your name will be there. That's fair. I wanted to watch that stream, but I was like, that's 5 a.m. for me.
No, yeah, I was like, that's really late for you.
I was like,
that's super duper late for you.
I was like, I could stay up, and I did stay up. I think to that day. I think I stay up like to 3 a.m. But like, I'm sleepy.
I'm EP.
I'm EP. But sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. You can continue.
No, that's fine. I honestly, I think I had covered most of it yesterday anyway, so to anybody who wants to know about my travels, go watch the VOD.
Yeah, go watch the VOD now.
Yeah, go watch the VOD now, right now.
Now.
Go now.
Close off the stream and go watch her VOD. Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, I think... like I said, I think personally, if it's your first time going to Japan, definitely make the most of it. Do whatever you can. Limit yourself for the sightseeing. Remember that a lot of sites that you want to see, everybody else wants to see as well. So bear it in mind that there are giant crowds. There are a lot more crowds at sites in Japan than they are in Korea. So... Just keep that in mind.
And they will be there. They will be there. I'll tell you what.
Yeah. They will be there. They'll be... Oh, the worst thing is just the fact that it's giant crowds. And the worst thing, too, is the fact that most of these sites that are like little shrines and whatnot, because they're little shrines, they can't occupy a lot of people in there. So it is going to get a tight bit crammed in there from time to time.
Exactly. Oh, hi, Iz. So we're back. Yay!
Pizza!
We're back.
Let's go. Hello. But yeah, that's my recommendation. If you would like to if you would like to go to Japan, you just bear those things in mind. Just know that my opinion still stands. Korea has a lot more going on. It's a lot easier to travel and it's a lot cheaper too. So Japan is only going to get even more expensive.
I have a question though, and this is really important.
Yes.
Does Korea have girl/host bars?
Yes, they do, I think, from what I remember.
Wait, really?
I'm pretty sure they do. So the thing about Korea, and I don't care for it because like people who go clubbing in Korea, like there's different things that you can do at clubs in Korea and whatnot. I know for a fact though, there are a lot of things that you can do while
Hi, Alexis.
So there's a lot of random things that you can find in Korea. So more than likely, yeah, there will be like a host bar somewhere in Korea. I know there's like for my ladies or for the men as well. If you would also like to see this too, there are butler cafes in Korea.
Ooh.
And they're like super duper fancy. So. You know, keep that in mind. It is a thing.
That is fair. Okay, that's good to know. Because that you know, I'm not finishing the sentence, but chat, there is a lot of stuff that I wanted to say because Macaron was away, and I had to basically stay in, you know, above my wizard tower ranting by myself because I couldn't rant with Macaron.
Yeah, I wasn't here for him to rant to me.
A lot of stuff has happened that I'd like to share with you guys. A lot of stuff.
I hate how you say a lot has happened and the Careless Whispers CBAT thing is playing.
Okay, not like that. But one thing that I want to share, and this has actually happened like a couple days ago. I'm bringing this back because I mentioned in the last podcast. There was this expedition called the Final Experiment to Antarctica to basically bring flat earthers to Antarctica because according to the flat earth model, it's impossible to have a 24-hour sun in Antarctica. And of course there is.
We did talk about this. That's right.
Yes, and they went to Antarctica and returned a couple weeks ago. So everything is being posted now. And yes, it was filmed by one of the big flat earthers gurus, a 24-hour sun. And his explanation was priceless. Was like, yeah, there is a 24-hour sun in Antarctica. What does that mean? I don't know. It's up to you guys to figure it out.
Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Bruh.
Yep. And now the entire movement, because of course, people are just saying either it's fake or they're trying to justify a 20-hour sun in Antarctica in the flat earth model, which is not gonna happen because, you know, that's impossible to exist. So I'm really happy because I've seen a little bit. You know, the flat earthers that do like YouTube channels, they have been either accepting it, and the guru itself, the one that went, I'm pretty sure he's changing his mind because you know what? It was proven. I was for sure that there was no 24-hour sun in Antarctica.
I don't know what else to say other than you're right.
You're right, yeah. Basically, it was pretty nice. It was really good, and not only that, but also the fact that they had to leave from the bottom of Chile to reach Antarctica. That is something that also the flat earthers said it couldn't be possible because of the flight paths, and he did. So there you go. Everything was filmed. The flight itself was filmed and time lapsed to prove they didn't went somewhere else or there was like CGI. Everything was documented. It was masterfully documented, so nobody can say there was any kind of malpractice or like editing or cuts and stuff. So that was pretty good. So I'm really happy about that because it's something that's very cathartic for a scientist to see happening.
I think that's so hilarious. Is that most of the flat earthers just don't know what to do with this information?
Yeah. And actually, some flat earthers, of course, they're doubling down. So people that said, they're on the record saying in the past, there's no way there's a 20-hour forest sun in Antarctica, are now saying, oh, but I never said it's impossible to have a 24-hour sun in Antarctica. Yes, you did, sir. Yes, you did, Flat Earth Dave. Yes, you did. He's coping. Yeah, you did. You're on record saying that. And now he's saying, no, that's not a thing. I never said. Yeah, whatever. So people are doubling down. Some people are acting like, oh, they didn't went to Antarctica. They went to the Arctic because in the North Pole, that is possible in the Flat Earth model. And, you know, and that's impossible because they left Chile. How the hell would they reach all the way up to, you know, the Arctic? On the recording of the flight that you can see, the last is the exact amount of hours, you know, and, you know, people are coping. Coping is at 200%. People are saying that the flat earther guru that went there is now a paid actor or a shill, or he's being paid to say that.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
My god.
Because let me explain something, chat. A conspiracy theory, flat earth and others, they don't care what the truth is because they need to sell the conspiracy. If there is no conspiracy, they don't make money. So they do whatever they can in their power to keep selling it as a conspiracy theory so they can profit it out of it. They had, I don't know if you know, but there is something called the, it's a flat earth map. It's an app that you can buy. I think it's $3. on Google Store, which apparently actually it's a data breach because it basically leaks access to all of your data. But that's beside the point. And the guy that made that app, which is also Flat Earth Dave, when the people were down in Antarctica and the app was showing that Antarctica was, under the moon phase, basically just added a second sun in the app or something like that. So it was day during the entire, because basically Antarctica in the Flat Earth model is a ring that surrounds the world. So for some reason, after the experiment was done, he put like a sun that illuminated only Antarctica. It was crazy. It was actually crazy. And all I'm saying is that I'm happy because it's very cathartic to see people scrambling for theories now, because there you go.
It's so... Oh my goodness. Oh. Honestly, I didn't think this was going to be the piece you were going to bring to the table today, but I'm kind of happy you did, because what the heck? That's wild.
Yeah, that's one of the things I had to note down, because I need to talk about this in the podcast, because, I mentioned before. So, yeah, if you guys look up, I think it's 24-hour Sun Antarctica time-lapse, they basically set up a camera that follows the light, much like the sunflower technology, I guess. And basically, it followed the sun the entire time for 25 hours, and the sun never set. And there you go. That's all you need. That can only happen in that globe Earth, with a specific tilt, which is the tilt that we have, which I think is 23-something degrees. There you go. And I'm happy. Sorry, I had to share that because it's so cathartic.
It is so... It's... Oh, people are silly, and I think it's funny that every day I'm reminded how silly people are.
People are silly. That is the happy part of the things I want to bring in today. Now there's the angry parts that I also want to bring in today. I don't know if you guys saw, but we had the VTuber Awards last Saturday, I think.
Oh, I didn't watch those.
Oh, it was fantastic. It was a pretty good ceremony. Philian and Shy Lily did a great job. But there was one thing in that ceremony that pissed me off tremendously. I'm so glad I wasn't streaming, because I forgot it was that Saturday, because otherwise I would be streaming it. I didn't, and I'm glad I did, because I was watching with Rod and Luna, my friends off stream, and I went ballistic when this happened. The CEO of Twitch, Dan Clancy, showed up in a VTuber model.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah, and I was like, oh, okay, that's good. But then I was like, you show up as a VTuber, and then you do all these rules that fucks us tremendously over everybody else in the platform, and now you're here saying, hey, I'm one of you. Fuck off. Okay? You don't get to do that. And you know what they did later, this week, Maca? Twitch posted, basically, because Twitch technically is a sponsor of the VTuber Awards, they made a post about all the VTubers in the Twitch. And you know who they put basically front and center of it? Hoshimachi Suisei from Hololive, which was one of the nominees on the VTuber Awards. However, she doesn't stream on Twitch.
Why?
And, Twitch was basically saying, oh, all these VTubers that stream on Twitch, were in the VTuber Awards as nominees. They're not only her, I think there's other Hololive as well who do not have a Twitch channel. Fuamoko, for example.
Yeah, because I was like, a majority of them stream on YouTube.
YouTube, exactly. And he had the goal to show up in the ceremony with a VTuber, basically saying that I'm one of you guys, I know everything. And then they do that, they post literally the competition instead of posting actual Twitch VTubers were nominated, who won awards, like Project Melody even said, instead of actually putting people that are Twitch streamers, they put out YouTube. So, all I'm gonna say, I was so mad, chat. I'm sorry, I need to rant about this. It was the most obvious PR stunt that I ever seen a corpo doing. It was so blatant. And people were like saying, oh, why Fillion and Shia Lily let them do that? I get it. They own the show. It's a sponsor. They don't want to clash with it. It is on their platform. So it makes sense. You know, if I was a host, I would told him to fuck up. But, you know, I'm not as big as Fillion. I cannot do that. But I understand their side, so it's okay. It's just that it's very blatant that it was just a PR stunt. So don't get full chat if you watch the Streamer Awards and say, oh, the CEO of Twitch is one of us. No, he's not. I'm sorry. Sorry,
no, he's not.
No, he's
I'm just like you.
Yeah. No, welcome back, Meg. I'm sorry. That was the rant part of what I wanted to say. Sorry.
I thought there was going to be something else that was a lot more controversial because I did see something big while I was away. And I was like, oh boy.
There's a bunch of stuff big. You mean the Niji Sanji one or the more smaller space
both, honestly. I'm not surprised for a lot of things. It's just another day on the platform, to be honest. And it does every single day. It is a continuous reminder as to why everybody outside of our sphere thinks we're just a bunch of rats-ass weirdos who like treat everything like it's high school all the time. I don't blame them for thinking that because, yeah, sometimes shit happens here and it does look like that. And it's like, wow, I can't believe you guys are not embarrassed. What the fuck?
Yeah, we had.
What is going on?
Yeah, I actually haven't looked into the I would say, I guess, the indie controversy that happens because I have to look into that because I wouldn't say personally because I never collabed with them, but I've interacted with a lot of them, so I have to look it up. But yeah, there is like somebody posted a document with screenshots. I think it was 15, 16, 14 pages long. I have not looked into that, and because I was waiting to get into that topic. But yeah, we have to look into that. But it's sad to see, chat. Even if because like two things are either one of two things, right? Either the person who posted made everything up to do somebody dirty, basically. Or the allegations are true, and a person that I interacted are kind of a shitty person, and both situations are awful.
Yeah,
it's,
it's just ugly and messy on both fronts.
Yeah,
but, it is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. So I have to look into that, so I can't have any verdict, even though everything, of course, and even if I did, everything would be alleged, of course, but. Yeah, it's just sad to see. And of course you have...
I think the Niji Sanji one...
Oh, Christ.
I'm not surprised at this point. It just gets bad.
Yeah.
Like, you think that maybe things could get better at the end of the year. No, you still haven't learned your lesson. You still haven't sorted out your trash and your garbage. You still got, like, shit flying off the fan. It's
Hi, Pi.
Still a big problem. Hi, Pi!
Yes. And not only them, I've seen, like, some Niji Sanji fans saying some stuff online as well. I was like, oh, boy.
Yeah. Well, because I was a bit confused initially, but then I had read on the Reddit page, and I was like, so it's come to this.
Oh my god.
So it's finally come to this. It's been pretty sus about it for ages now.
For ages,
everybody has had their eyes on this situation for a long time, but it kind of gets glossed over every single time.
Every time.
But then we come back to this, and it's like, ugh.
Yes, Pi, exactly.
You had a good run for a while, homie. It's time to put you in jail where you should have been for like the last 8-9 months, probably since you debuted, honestly. That's what you should have been. What the heck?
That's what you should have been.
Why are you still roaming around freely? Oh, so weird.
And of course, Niji Sanji being the bastion of righteousness that they are, they're not doing it. They're investigating, but
Doing a Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast.
I'm gonna investigate myself. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, to be fair,
it's not gonna do anything.
If we're thinking logically, that's all you can do, right? All you have to do is you have to hire a third-party investigator or like an agency of investigation to look stuff up. The problem is, it's Niji Sanji, so we know that there maybe not be prone to be, you know. I'm not saying anything because I don't want to get sued, but if you know, you know, right? And what pissed me the most, and I don't think I posted publicly. I think I commented on a private tweet. But you know what pissed me the most? We had which basically is a first-hand witness, which was Quinn, who is now a VTuber, an indie VTuber, and graduated from Niji Sanji. And he was basically telling his side of the story that the person in question was actually acting weird a lot around girls in front of him. Everybody knows about it. And when he was giving his side of the story, as an eyewitness, you saw... I saw, because I watched basically the clip, and you saw the chat just saying, like, oh, you shouldn't talk about this. Oh, you should measure your words. Are you sure you want to talk about this?
That.
I was like, the chat was against him. I was like, what the hell is this cult mentality that you can't talk ill about the great ninjas? I got so mad at that. I got so mad at that because he's not even like saying anything. He's not saying like, oh, he's this, and this, arrest him. No, he's saying, look, from what I know, he acted weird around women. We thought it was just because he was awkward. That's not the case. He's just being weird. And that's what he's saying. And the chat was being against him. His own chat. That's crazy.
Typical.
Yes, Pai. That's what I'm afraid too, because what the Niji Sanji message read like is that they're going to investigate not only the person in question, but also who supposedly leaked information to Falseye for Falseye to make the video.
Yeah.
And I would bet my left foot that the only person getting any clapback from this will be the person that leaked the information. I don't think... The alleged
with the record that we have at the moment, that's definitely the way it's gonna go.
Okay, so Mac, I guess I'll have to say it. Allegedly, I don't know if you remember, I don't know how much you know about the Niji Sanji Yabs, but back while all the Selen Tatsuki stuff was happening, and alleged Discord conversation between Scarlet Unigami and Esther something, I don't care about his name, Esther Arcadia, I think.
Oh, yes, I do remember those. So
it was a screenshot.
Find out something.
Yeah,
the screenshot lines up with the other screenshots that were leaked. So literally, the way that Astor talks in the screenshot with Scarlet is the exact same way that he talks in all the other screenshots. So it's probably more than likely heavily assumed that these screenshots are real, because it's a little bit uncanny at the fact that this is how you talk to one person, and then it is basically the exact same format in every other screenshot. What the fuck?
Yeah, so allegedly the screenshots are real, and this screenshot basically depicted Esther being very, I wouldn't say abusive, but I would say
it's pretty borderline
abusive, manipulative. It was very manipulative towards Scarlet, basically forcing her to apologize and being mad even though she did, and basically saying she shouldn't have done that. It was really weird interaction that was circling around the internet. And back then, Esther and Scarlet tweeted 2 hearts, a red one and a purple one, which is their colors, and then they did a guerrilla string together. What is now so basically trying to put this rumor to rest, basically saying that the screenshots were fabricated or fake. Now this paints a whole new picture, because if the whistleblower from Niji Sanji said that those screenshots are real, that means that most likely, allegedly, the company forced the borderline abuser and the borderline victim to interact with each other. And that's crazy.
Well,
that's evil.
See, this is the thing that I had found out, that apparently what had happened after that stream that they did, that tail listing stream, this is just a rumor, I think, but like, it would make sense for her to do this because apparently Scarlet does this quite often. Apparently, she went to do a members only stream right after that.
Oh,
and
I remember that.
People were saying that she had, like, she basically was sobbing afterwards.
She was crying.
And I was like,
crying, exactly.
Oh no! Why would they do this to her?
It's evil. Like I'm not even like I from a, let's just say, I like to put myself in other people's shoes, right? To try to see the logic. It makes no sense, even from like a corporation, evil corporal like standpoint. Why would you ever do that?
Yeah, literally. She was crying. Yeah, apparently during her members only stream right afterwards, she literally like was sobbing and talking about how like it was a horrible experience for her. She didn't want to ever do that ever again. And I was like, oh,
yeah,
poor girlie.
I don't remember what was said.
Can't believe you're pinned to do this.
Yeah, I don't believe what was said, if that was she said, but yeah, it was basically that. It was basically that. So, you know, and then basically they did that to say, oh, okay, the screenshots are fake. And people didn't focus on that because everything else from Selen Tatsuki was coming out, so people, you know, were
and the Luca
and the Luca Kaneshiro,
weirdo.
The Raziel came up with her document, and apparently the information that the whistleblower gave false side apparently corroborates with a lot of things that Raziel did, and then Raziel received a cease and desist. So, you know, she can't talk about this anymore. Yes. Oh, yes, Spy. Not even that. Recently, one of the most recent gens, I think is one of the members of the most recent gens, basically went on hiatus. And she has been posting on her private life. And I've seen people going after her, saying how she deserves to lose her career, how she deserves to, you know, to suffer the consequences, which are, you know, I assume is Nijisanji fans being mad at her for some reason. I don't know why exactly they would say that to her.
You can't touch my Oshi. Your Oshi is a 2D, like, personified person on a screen who is probably the shittiest person on the... Come on, honey. Would you really treat yourself this way? No, you wouldn't. Yeah, so why are you allowing all these other people to treat you this way? What the heck?
Literally. Oh, both are Nightbots activated together. But yeah, exactly. And the problem is, right, that with all of this that's coming out, people are still tunnel vision to support Nijisanji. And that's crazy. And I've said this in the past. I support some talents. I really like Scarlet, for example. I really like Rosemi. I like people from Nijisanji. Well, yeah, I mean, a minority of them. But I cannot support the company. I cannot stand here and say, yeah, I like Nijisanji was one of the nominees for the best VTuber award in the VTuber award. Yeah?
Get out of here. Get out of town.
Literally. I saw a fan. What's his name? Is it Blue something? Oh, he made a lot of VTuber like fan content, and he was basically talking about his votes for each category. And when it came to the best org, it was there were 5 options. One of them were Nijisanji, and it's like, oh, between these 4 options, and then he crossed out Nijisanji. I would choose this because that's crazy. Can you imagine? Let's just say that because it's a popularity contest, right? Audiences vote for who they want. That's why it's a HoloLive event, basically. But imagine if, I don't know, every Nijisanji fan voted for it and they won. Can you imagine how ironic that would be if they won VTuber Organization of the Year?
Oh
in the year where everything about Selen has been happening since February. That would
bro,
be
at that
crazy.
point I would be like, bro, that's rigged. That's literally in like it's familiar territory like this. See, a lot of people right in the community, this kind of stuff is insane. It's familiar territory for me because within like the K-pop community, that in itself is like armies basically. Yeah. Now, I will preface here, armies are not all like this. There is just a loud majority of them that are. The people on Twitter, and I don't mind calling this out because it is pretty shitty at the fact that they do this. There are people with usernames on Twitter that have a tiny 7 next to their name. That's usually how you know that this is going to be an account that is literally going to go off their head ranting about something that doesn't even involve them. They just want to be heard because they want to talk about their boys so much. Nobody invited you to the party, honey. Nobody allowed you. No one gave you an invitation to yap about shit. No one asked, okay? We're not even talking about them. They're in the military right now. They're not relevant at present. They're not going to be relevant for another 2 years. Such a trap, okay? Nobody asked.
Damn.
Oh my gosh.
No, you're right.
Look, I've had to put up with this for 13 years. When did it all, this is I think something that also applies to even the VTubing community as well. When did it stop being about the content? When did it stop being about the stuff that actually gets produced that we care about? Because at this point, all we're seeing in the community as a whole is a bunch of shit hitting the fan, splatting all over the place, and we all have to, all of us who are like just trying to do good in the community have to be the ones to pay the price for it.
Exactly.
You're right. Once again, when did we stop caring about content and community? Because I would like that back, thank you. I would like that back.
No, you're absolutely right. And the worst part is, it's just like it's only getting worse from here.
No, exactly. We are an oversaturated. This is my hot take. We are an oversaturated sphere that is going to implode on itself. I don't even have any hope that we will be able to solve our problems. Honestly,
no, you're absolutely right.
We are literally going to blow up, and not in a good way. To a point of where basically, unfortunately for the rest of the existence of this community, the rest of the world who are not part of this community will forever define us as those weirdos with animated or anime characters for personas who make whack-ass content and like, I don't know. There are some people who like misinterpret us to just be a bunch of people moaning into mics all the time. Do you know how sad that is? How much we've been degraded to that?
Yeah. How is reductory? Is that a real word? Yeah, but like, we were being reduced to that. And that's a problem because not only, because like, if people want to do that, if that's their content, I don't mind. Like, I think it's a good idea. Not a good idea, but I think it's good to people to have a variety of content. Like, we have now an official organization for lewd tubers. I don't think that's a bad thing. But what is bad is when, and I don't really know how to fix that, but yes, making the public perception to think that we're all the same and judge people because of that. Like, even to this day, like, every time Iron Mouse gets nominated, like, same thing with Pecora. Pecora was nominated for the Game Awards for Best Content Creator of the Year. And of course, the first thing you see with like 10k likes on a comment on that tweet is like, oh, she's just a man, using an anime girl avatar.
Yeah.
And that's something that I've been hearing since 2018,
Yeah, exactly. Once again, coming full circle to the concept of we are perceived so horribly in the public eye. And I don't know how we could ever fix that. I don't think we can fix that. The more people dive into our sphere, like first timers, for example, they're never really here to see the good sides of it all, to see people who make really good content, underrated to indie VTubers as well, who are like, should be more recognized.
Absolutely.
They don't come here for that. They come here to find the drama and to find out that, wow, all of these people are actually kind of pathetic. And I'm like, wow, that's actually kind of sad that that's how we're perceived. That's disappointing.
Yes. And also the petty drama. We have so much petty drama in this community, which is insane. It doesn't seem like we're all adults, right? It literally seems like people treat this as high school. Yeah. I think the cringe part of VTubers is more seen to the outside than the actual good stuff happening.
I actually agree 100% with you, Pi. Because, this is the thing, though, about... I like that you do mention, like, cringe in quotations, because there are some things of where cringe is funny, and that's entertaining. But there's also the other cringe part that, obviously, like you said, the rest of the world sees, and it's like, ew, that's disgusting. I don't want to see that ever again. And I'm like, ugh. Yikes, now we've all been perceived as this one thing now. Now I can't even go out in public and be like, yeah, I'm a VTuber. I can't even say that confidently anymore because then people assume that, oh, do you like what? Have like a girly model and like moan into a mic for all these dudes for free?
Yeah. Either that or people think that, why... You know, and then people connect things with lolicons saying that, hello, everybody is like that, which is, you know... And then
it's like,
it becomes
that's not
a whole
what
thing.
I do. I do other stuff. I do other stuff. I do things that are different to what other people in the community do. I play games that most people won't even touch sometimes. And that's like just my kind of content. Other people also are trying to come up with other really big and new ideas to change up the community, to make a statement for themselves.
Exactly.
Those don't get acknowledged. Nobody talks about that stuff. And the worst part too as well, we as a community are not supporting those kinds of projects either. We copy and paste a bit too much in our community. There's nothing grand or unique a lot of the time anymore.
Yes.
And that's upsetting.
Yes. No, you're right. I know exactly what you mean. And that is a I mean, a lot of people in the big leagues are doing like crazy stuff, right? And that's why I like that some people don't like in our community that VTubing is basically trying to insert themselves into mainstreaming. I think it's good because it changed the perception. Like, if you look at anime today and anime 10 years ago, it's basically where we're at, right? Anime was the weird, cringy thing, and now everybody does it because it's a good...
And then people got bored.
Because it's good content, right? People sat down and realized, holy shit, this is actually cool. Why would why I was picking at that guy 10 years ago, and now I'm watching, like, I have a Jujutsu Kaisen profile picture in my Twitter, right? And that's basically the same thing. That's why I like when things like this get mainstreamed, because the perception changes, because everybody knows what it is about. And that's why I always praise people like Iron Mouse, because Iron Mouse, not only she has a beautiful life story, she also pushes VTubing into the mainstream streamer sphere. It's still locked into the streamer sphere, but I think Iron Mouse is a great example because she's trying to push it into the mainstream and show that, no, we are content creators just like everybody else. And her stuff with Kaisenet was fantastical because there was some kind of audience versus audience happening when people were going at each other, especially Kai fans going after Iron Mouse. Like C-Dog VA even made a video about that. But you know what Iron Mouse did? She collabed with Kaisenet and gave him a VTuber avatar. When she did that, everybody talking shit about VTubers and about her shut up in Kai's audience, because now Kai technically was there with a VTuber avatar. And that was a masterful move from Iron Mouse. I admire that woman so much because of that. Not only because of that, but especially because of that. That was a fantastic
She's making
move.
a lot of big moves. I think she's like probably the biggest example I can think of someone who's been in the community for years, represented it for years, and actually makes huge differences. She's probably the most positive face we have in this community.
For sure. For sure. Absolutely.
I can't think of anyone else off the top of my head. Maybe that's a hot take on my part as well, but... At the top of my head, it's definitely Iron Mouse, who's been here for years, has a really great story. She still continues to make amazing content as well as encouraging other people to do good.
Exactly.
And that's insane.
Yeah, Iron Mouse is the only one that comes at mind, because Iron Mouse basically works for the community, you know?
Yeah.
We have bigger and as big creators, but they're basically doing their own thing. Like, another thing, I think it's amazing that Shy Lily is literally the co-owner of Gamersubs now. It is a large brand in the internet right now that is pushing itself, and it also spreads the VTuber word around. But Iron Mouse is doing it in a more direct way that I think it really leads to people understanding what the medium is about, and that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And you're right. You don't see a lot of VTubers, you know, standing behind that idea, and that's a problem.
Yeah. Or even just taking risks and taking different approaches into making different content.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think it's cool when some VTubers make like different game shows. Those are fun.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
But it's not like a grand kind of thing. It's not something huge. And if one of us does it, all of us does it. So it ends up getting blurred out in the background anyways. Which is kind of, once again, really hard for people who want to make unique content. But then it gets pushed to the side because someone else, probably bigger, ends up doing the exact same thing and gets more acknowledgement for doing that thing rather than the person who did a really good spin on it. Which is probably the thing that I hate the most about corporate VTubing. The other thing I hate a lot about corporate VTubing, now VTubing as like a whole, as in like the corporate aspect of it. I don't care about the people who are under the corporates because it's like they're just there to do their job, to do the content that they love, to be supported by a company who says, quote unquote, that they'll support them. But the thing about corporate VTubing that I dislike so much, maybe it's just me, this is my biggest hot take I can never probably think of, is the fact that I really dislike how corporate VTubing treats their talents like it is like a music idol industry, but then they can't actually commit to that.
For sure.
Oh no, you're breaking up, Corn!
I'm breaking up? No! Hello?
He's Robo!
Uh-oh. Oh, it's internet. Chat, it's internet. I'm going to reconnect to MACARON. It's going to work. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm going to need to talk to her, chat. Let me talk to her, chat. Well.
Oh no!
It's a second chat.
Crapping out so much. It's so bad.
Why does Discord hate me?
Because I find it weird that you're trying to make content creators under a company. I do have to agree with that. You know what it reminds me of? I don't know.
Did I die on stream as well?
Chat
is my stream going?
What is it?
My stream seems to be going great. I have a good bit rate.
It's a company.
Okay.
Machinima? Is that
Let me
the
try
name
to
of the
reconnect.
company?
Let me do this real quick. Let me do this real quick. Chat. I'm going to disappear for a second. I'm going to restart Discord.
Really quickly.
I'm restarting Discord. Start Discord. Okay, you can listen to my stream. I can listen to yours. I'm restarting Discord. It's okay. It's gonna work, I swear. Now my Fugi died.
Oh yeah.
God damn it.
What is it? Machinima, I think they were called back in the day. They were like basically
Everything
a corporate
broke.
for big YouTubers back in the day. That was really weird. That was absolutely kind of strange in a way, because it's like, well, why do they need to be under a corporate? They already make a crap ton of money. Why do they need someone else to make that content, or to dictate that content for them, or to manage that content
true,
for
Queen.
them?
Hello?
Okay, there we go.
Jesus, I hate this fucking disc. Oh my god, I'm back. Sorry, chat.
Welcome back. I was talking. Do you remember Machinima? I think it's called.
Oh, I remember the Machinima problem. It's fixed. Yay. Hi, Lofi. Yes, it is.
Hi, Lofi. But yeah, I was just mentioning how
Good morning.
the content creators under a company is really strange. Once again, though, like I said, VTubers in corporate having this kind of, I guess, idol sort of perception that the company's trying to push, but, you know, they're not really trained to do that anyways. It's kind of weird.
Yes, exactly. And I understand that's tradition. And I understand why that did basically make VTubing what it is today. But yeah, I think Pi brings a good point. There are still content creators, and they are not idols.
No, exactly.
Some of them are.
Exactly.
Some of them have the idol background, so they are used to that. But all of them aren't. Most of them aren't. Especially the ones that are from the Western side. Though they don't have, you know, all of that. And much like we hear a lot of ex-corpo VTubers talk about stuff, a lot of them talk about this. I'm pretty sure one of them said that they give you a lot of stuff to do, so you do not think about leaving. That's a statement from a former corpo VTuber. So yeah, it is a bad I don't say it's a bad practice, because it's not a practice itself, but it's something that needs to be worked around to make sure everybody's happy. A lot of people are
the other
leaving.
thing to mention as well is that a lot of these corporates, Niji Sanji is a really good example of this. Although they are big in Japan, they're not worth a lot. There are music companies who do what they do better because they have the money to be able to provide for it. I don't understand why a tiny company who only utilizes VTubers is trying to come out here, treating them like they're idols, making all these music videos, all these songs that are basically mid as well. Trying to... That's a really hot take, but like, did I lie? Did I lie?
No, for Niji Sanji, for sure.
Look, let me put it out here like this. There are songs that get put out within the VTubing community. Some of them are really good, some of them are really bad. Niji Sanji with the Niji Encounter thing, it has been a miss every single time. There's always something weird about it. I cannot put my finger on it. It's just, you can tell that these are content creators who did not sign up to be singers. That's just the truth.
Yeah, exactly. And it is something that is good to mention too, because we have stories like most recent Sarah Fauna from HoloLive said people were saying, oh, she's leaving because she doesn't want to sing and do the idol stuff. She said, no, I do like the idol stuff. It is nothing to do with that. It's something I learned to like. And yet, some people are prone to learn and like, and I understand that some people don't, and that's completely fair. Oh, Pi said something. I just feel like a company is too strict for a content creation. Because to me, as a content creator, what's amazing is that you're free to do whatever you like and share your passions and stuff. But when you're trying to make this type of passion under a company, is weird as hell. Yeah.
I
agree.
You're speaking the truth. Oh my gosh, yeah. It's actually irritating at the fact that it just, as a structure, it makes no sense. Because it's like you're trying to drive yourself into some kind of industry that you just can't afford. And also, you don't have the talents who have the drive to do it anyways. Niji Sanji is the pure example of it. You have maybe like 3 in Niji EN who actually want to do idol work, but would have been better off to go to to Cover Corp to do that stuff anyways. It's just, it's not working. It's not doing what they intended to do. The other point as well I would like to make about Niji Encounter is the fact that there are a lot of people out here who are hyping up the music just a tad bit too much.
Yeah, they're shilling. For sure, absolutely.
Like, maybe once again, probably a hot take on me. Maybe there are some songs that everybody's like, I like that song. That's perfectly fine. For my personal own opinion, there are some songs that people are like, it was so good, it was such a banger. Honey, this is like probably maybe sitting at like 98 on the top 100s. That's not a good position to be in.
That's. I mean, you have
It's not that good.
You have a music background, don't you, Macaron?
I do, and I should probably also define this a bit more for a lot of people who don't know this. So I had studied music in high school, and I was actually going to pursue it as a degree in university, but things happened, and I wasn't able to do that. But basically, what I was pretty much really good at is basically being able to take a song and being able to break it all down and define why a song or a producer chooses to do the things that they do with that song. Trying to what's the word? What do we do with frogs in science?
Fuck.
I was gonna use the word, that's the word. I was about to use the word decapitate, and I was like, that's a bit hard.
That's not the word.
That's not the word I'm looking for. It starts with a D though. Yeah, dissect. Having brain farts. So basically trying to dissect, and I've done it with a couple of the songs, right? The first one I had done it with was, what was the first one they did? It was the one with Shu and Sunny. Infinity, I think it's called. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. The instrumentals, the production of it all, it's perfectly good. It's which makes sense because the producer of the song has worked in the music industry for years. They're good at what they do. They've had a lot of #1 hits with their songs and the stuff that they have produced. The way that it's written perfectly suits their style of music anyway. So for the most part, as I've seen with a lot of Niji encounters, the producers have been fine because they're notable in their works anyway. There's a lot of stuff that they have released that has been bangers and it's been good. The problem that we come back to is making talents who did not sign up for the idol life.
Yeah.
And pushing that onto the
Yeah. And I think that's the problem, is the expectation that a company has. Like, oh, you're going to be in the company, you have to learn how to sing and dance and perform.
Yeah.
I think it should my opinion, my humble opinion, I think there should be a division, because there are people that are joining those companies to pursue a musical career, and that's fine. Like, for example,
no, exactly,
Suicide is doing amazing. Callie with her Universal Music brand deal, it's amazing. She's doing stuff that's great. However, not everybody wants to do it, I assume, and that should be a thing too. If people just want to stream and play games, that's okay. But then it comes what Pai mentioned, which is the strict part. The perm system for games, I think it's insane. I understand why they have it, because Japan laws, copyright laws, they can just destroy everything that you have. But having to ask permission to the developer for every game that you want to play, and of course the developers, they don't know about the system, so they think it's something about copyright, so sometimes they deny it. Not even know it's just for a person to play on stream, that people do it without asking permission. It's a whole can of worms that I think should not be a problem. And I think that is one of the positive things that maybe Hololive opening an office in LA might solve, because now they have basically, they have the United States laws to work with. And I hope that will probably relieve a lot of pressure from the Japanese copyright law. But it is something you have to do in this company. If you want to play a game, you have to submit a request. Your manager needs to accept it. Your manager needs to bring to the big leagues, who are then going to ask for permission to the game developers, and they can just say no. And also
don't forget to do your homework for like the rest of the week as well, on top of that. And then and it can pile up, and you have stuff to do, and you have to think about your mental health and so on and so on. Yeah, that sounds like such a pain. Yeah, see, this is why I think The only reason why you should ever enter corporate is if you would like to expand connections, be able to do bigger, broader projects. Like, for example, being in Cover Corp can potentially in future, if you want to be like Callie, you can get signed to a major music industry. Like, that could be something that you could do if you want to do that. Those are the only reasons you should ever enter corporate. To enter corporate just because I want to work with my Oshi.
Yeah.
Maybe broaden your horizons a bit more.
Yeah. I mean, I understand the drive, right? For example, we have a very sad story in Ninja Sanji, which is Victoria Brightshields that joined.
I feel so sorry for her.
I feel so sad for her. I'm glad she's out, and I hope she comes back streaming again. I really hope she does. I mean, I would understand if someone wants to enter a corporal to get a bigger reach. Yes, and that's what that's the thing, right? That's what I think the first motive the white people join. But we have examples in Niji Sanji that their Niji Sanji persona had like 70% of their following of their private life before they joined Niji Sanji.
Yeah.
So Niji Sanji is a problem in itself because it literally can sink your career just for you joining it.
Literally.
And I don't like okay, it's okay with somebody like myself who has 213 followers to join Niji Sanji because, you know, if I get 500, I'm on a net positive. But like, if you are on the thousands, there is literally zero benefits. Actually, there is like negative benefits because you're going to lose stuff if you join Niji Sanji nowadays. So, you know, that's something to think about. Niji Sanji in itself is a completely different sphere because people working a year on Niji Sanji made, I think the numbers were 7K a year. That is before YouTube and Niji Sanji take the cut of their money. That's nothing for a big streamer. That's nothing.
Literally, girl. Especially when you think about it too, you only get a monthly payout. Yeah. You're literally probably getting like at least maybe, I don't know, not even like 100 at best per month, if anything, because you're still getting cuts taken away from you.
Yes, exactly. And that's the problem, Pi. I think it would do really good for the company if somebody is mal joined because, you know, the company will bolster them. But they don't because they need somebody with experience and with a relative good following to make sure they will sell. And then you have the problem that Niji Sanji has that all their not big names, but everybody that's joining now is making zero money. And they're basically just like, I'm just gonna go back because I don't have to deal with bullshit and I still get paid. That's the problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Chat, I'm gonna put this on record. If for any reason whatsoever I join Niji Sanji, don't hate me. I'm gonna stay there for a year for my contract. I'm going to get the bag, and then I will not sign any NDAs. I will whistleblow. I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna sink that company if I get in. When I'm leaving,
drop the T in the group chat. Let us all know.
I'm taking everybody with me. I don't care. Sue me. Sue me.
Real as you should. Deserved.
Bros of Spy. Yes. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get into it, and I'm gonna get the contact of a Hololive manager. And I'm gonna say, hey, they have 3 concerts planned. Just make a Gura stream on those days, and their viewership will fall by a 4%. Look, listen to me. I think it's really funny that every time Niji Sanji releases a new gen, Gura starts streaming again. I think it's hilarious.
Bruh. I think it's
so
hilarious.
Funny.
It's gotta be planned. It has to be.
No, I don't think it's intentional, but it's so funny when you see If I swear, every time I see Gura Live, I check the Niji Sanji schedule because for sure something big is happening and nobody's watching.
Literally.
Oh my
I think
god.
like the only positive thing we can think about what's happened with Niji Sanji is that they are the company who did make it possible for male VTubers to get blown up within the Western industry.
Yes.
That is probably the most I can be like, yeah, props to you for that. The rest of the stuff you've done,
yeah. Also, it was the company that developed the live 2D technology and made it basically open source. So, you know, they have merits for what they did in the past. But in the present, bro, close the doors. Close doors,
literally.
please.
What are you doing? What the... You had it so good years ago, and then all of a sudden your CEO has so much money at such a young age and doesn't know what to do with it, so what does he do? He goes to get yachts. Bro, you don't need a yacht. Who's gonna use a yacht in Japan? Where are you gonna go? You have tsunamis and earthquakes occurring every now and then. That thing is gonna break. What the heck?
The yacht thing is all alleged. Probably a meme. It might not be true. But he does might as well be. But he does have, you know, all the money that he makes because the talents make 2% of merchandise. You know, they get the money. He has the money to do it.
Only some of them. There's only one who actually makes bank, and he doesn't deserve a cent of it, but you know.
Yeah. you know the stories, chat. We have a whole year of stories to share with you if you want to know about it.
Yeah, literally. There could be a whole, like, biography to cover the shit that went down this year.
No, I really hope something for the future, right? When eventually Niji Sanji crash and burn, because it's inevitable. I really want somebody to make like a full-on documentary, you know, and show everything, you know, because it's crazy. It's crazy. And I'm gonna be honest, call me optimist, call me a daydreamer or whatever. I don't think capitalist companies are as bad as Niji Sanji is proving itself to be, allegedly. Because there's stuff that is just evil. There's no, like, financial logic or financial reason for the stuff they have been doing besides just being, we are evil. That's it. Right? Am I crazy, Macaron, for saying that?
No, you're...
Am I crazy?
You're pretty much on the dot.
Yeah. You know what Macaron is doing,
because the stuff that happens... What am I doing?
Macaron is not talking when I'm talking about this stuff because if I get clipped and get sued, she's not, you know, an accomplice. So I see what you're doing, Macaron. You're really smart.
I'm just allowing you to say your piece. I could say my piece. I've already roasted enough.
You did. I'm joking. You're fine.
I literally said that their music is mid and shit and literally sits at like probably not even 98. I think I was being a bit too generous with 98, top 98. Probably like top 200s, and it's sitting at about like 198, maybe 199. Probably doesn't even exist on the charts. Billboard has no idea about it. That kind of charting sort of thing. Bro, I can't lie. You should... Okay, that's true. That is true, though.
That's a good point.
They are...
That is a good point.
This is also the point that one day, when I finally land on the K-pop section on the wheel, I'll finally get to talk about this, because Korn has no idea how bad it gets.
It's getting worse than Niji Sanji.
Thank you, Liddy, for the...
Oh, follower goal! Let's go! Let's go, chat.
Thank you, Lenny!
Yay! Congratulations! Everybody spam macaron with tots right now. Or
spam tots. With tots and I'll eat them. I'll eat them.
There you go.
But no, yeah. Honestly, yeah, no, Pi does make a good point. This is why I always say, like, everything that happens within, like, Niji Sanji or even, like, in the VTubing community as a whole on a corporate point of view, I've seen worse. I have
Thank you for the follow, Lenny. Thank you.
Seen worse within like the K-pop companies. There's always a case of where people like I think a very long time ago. There are still people with this mindset too, but like a long time ago, people used to say things like, "Oh, Hybe is like the best company because they take such good care of their artists." No, they don't.
No,
they don't.
I see.
If you think they do, you're delusional.
Mm-hmm.
If you think they do, you're wrong. There's no company that exists in all of like the industry, period, who actually like treats their artists well. They start out pretty okay. I think the only one I can think of thus far at present who does a really good job at it, as far as we know, is Plast, who is the company who looks after Plave, who, by the way, are basically like VTubers in a way, but like they are specifically like Korean idols, and Korea loves them. They were playing their Christmas song all throughout Busan and Seoul while I was there. It was kind of funny.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah. I love Plave! They are the example of what I think corporate VTubing should be if they would like to invest in that kind of industry. If they want to properly invest in that kind of industry. But they don't got the funds. And also, yeah, it's just some of the people in there just don't have what it takes to be an idol. I'm sorry.
Ooh, big claims.
If I would have put at least half of you in that company onto an idol survival show, you would not last the first episode. Trust me.
Jesus. And the thing is, it makes sense that other companies, are also evil. But at least they try to hide it, or they try to, you know what I'm saying? They're like, they try. At least they try. Of course, there was a whistleblower, so there's nothing you can do about that. But before that, the whole stuff about Celan, since February, they have been taking L after L, and then they do a financial report saying that impact of Celan Taksuki graduation was negligible. And they make a concert that don't sell, so they cancel the concert, and they put the blame on they don't think their fans would be safe. Are you crazy? You're telling that I am going to fight a Niji sister? I probably would, but I'm not in the convention, so you can't use that excuse.
Literally.
Yeah, right? You can use it. It's because our fans won't be safe and COVID. And like, bro, just how you cancel the show because there were like 5 people going to watch. Just be honest about it. I'm sorry. I'm ranting.
You're fine. I just think, it is funny at the fact, like, oh, we're sorry we had to cancel it. It's because of XYZ. Shut up.
Yeah.
Stop talking.
Yeah. At least be honest about it.
I don't want to hear any more of your blatant lies.
Exactly. And I think that's the problem, right? They don't confront their problems. They just want to sweep it under the rug, and they don't want bad PR. But their PR is literally in the gutter. You can't go worse. You can't go lower. Just face your problems. Yes, go ahead.
It's truly a case of it can't get any worse than this.
Exactly. Like, MACARON, you as, an outsider with the experience that you have, what would be your suggestion to fix Niji-sanji?
I would say, first and foremost, you need to get rid of the bad apples. The people who make the company, like, they make you big bucks, and that, is a plus. The issue is that you are focusing way too much on those problematic people, not allowing them to basically, I guess, depart on their own terms, or even better, just kicking them out entirely. We have seen cases of where people who have done heinous things have remained, and it has brought down the image of the entire group as a whole. Yes. Now, the only reason why it's staying afloat in Niji-sanji is because delusion. Delusion works. That's how you keep things afloat.
Exactly.
And that's just the brutal, honest truth. Vox needs to go. Actually, no. This is going to be a really big hot take, but I think it's worth saying.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
The whole of Luxium needs to go aside from Sure?
Oh, that's an interesting take.
Now, the reason why I say this is because Vox, obvious, we don't need to explain that. He's got a whole ton of shit that he's carrying around with him. Bro needs to go.
Sorry for
Welcome
the
back,
Fine, sorry for the end.
I made a hot take. I personally believe that the whole of Luxium, aside from Sure, needs to go.
Yeah.
Vox is an obvious statement. Luca, also very obvious too. Bro, you can't tell me that there's a whole ass document about you that at this point can basically be 100% confirmed because of what Niji Sanji attempted to do with Razio, as well as the fact that it lines up. What did Vox do? So
oh, hi. Oh, my sweet summer child.
Maybe we should talk about what he hasn't done, but
yeah, Jesus Christ.
Bro's messy. I think it would take like another podcast to actually cover all the shit that he's done. But yeah, no, he's messy. And also the worst part too is that he was involved during the Black Stream as well. That stream has what caused basically the entire, I guess, morale of Niji Sanji to plummet even further, even after the statement of what happened with Selene. I want to know. Do you want to summarize for us, Korn?
Oh, Jesus Christ. There's okay, I'll try. The problem with Vox Akuma is the following. Vox is the biggest, I would say, from all of Niji Sanji EN, and probably some of the Niji Sanji Japan. Vox is the biggest VTuber for Niji Sanji. He is the bread. I like perfect timing, Alexis. So Vox Akuma is the biggest VTuber from EN, and he brings the big bucks. But the problem for Niji Sanji is, if that guy is bringing the big bucks, this is what we're gonna do. We're going to give all the privilege that we have to him, and we're going to give fuck all to everybody else. Vox, as you know, a decent human being, or at least a coworker, would say, "Hey, that's not fair. Let's just share everything." He just took it. And that's basically the dynamic with Vox Akuma throughout.
It's a big power dynamic. That's not even like the worst part.
It's favoritism. In the Luca document, apparently, allegedly, Luca has told Raziel that basically Riku Tazumi takes people from Luxian, namely the ones that make the big bucks, to private dinners, to Korean's barbecue, while nobody else gets a treatment, right? Second thing, Vox Akuma did not hesitate, alongside Galera Pandora and Ike Eviland, to throw Selene Tatsuki under the bus, because she attempted on her life out of bullying from inside the company, and they did whatever they could to try to tarnish her reputation. Also, Vox Akuma, he said himself, he had access to lawyers' documents that were only meant for Niji Sanji lawyers, which had, for example, Selene Tatsuki medical records that, you know, people aren't allowed to see outside interest parties. So there's a lot of shady stuff going on around Vox. And after, of course, the Black Stream, where, you know, basically he was outed as what it is, he basically fled off to Bilibili and has been there since. Because the fans of Bilibili do not really care about Selene Tatsuki and what happened. But it keeps getting worse, yes. And Macaron said it, well, better than I would. The first thing I would do to fix Niji Sanji is terminate, or I would even use the term dishonorably discharged everyone involved with the Black Stream.
Dishonorably discharged?
Yes, everyone involved with the Black Stream, from the livers, their managers, and anybody who had that idea. Out the door, straight up. Point 2 is transparency. Because we only know that Selene Tatsuki was bullied, not because she said it, but because Niji Sanji said it on her graduation note. And
what's termination note? Oh.
Well, yeah, graduation by official terms, termination by practical terms. But the thing is, they were really smart about it. I think that was the last smart move that Niji Sanji did, because when everything that happened to Selene was coming out, everybody was mad at Niji Sanji, and what they did was they said that she was bullied from inside the company, and then the blame shifted from Niji Sanji to Niji Sanji and
the
whoever
VTubers,
the livers,
their talents.
Exactly. So they were really smart because they split the hate, and now all the livers were getting hate, and they were getting less hate. That was really smart for them. And I would come out with transparency because they know. It was very clear on their note that they know who the bullies were. We don't know if there are people in the black stream. We don't know if there's more people or less people. We don't know. But what I would do, I would step in and kick everybody out and expose who were the bullies, right? Expose who were the bullies, kick them out. Whatever happens in their private life happens.
Okay, that's a bit extreme, though.
No. Listen. I think, and I'm thinking, of course, I'm thinking out of a corporation brain. If I want to save my brain, I think that's the only PR move that I can do. You know, and you can be subtle about it. You can be subtle about it. Just say, because of things that happened in the early year of 2024, the following livers will be ending, their activities effective immediately. You don't have to say what they did, but people can connect the dots. Why would you protect
bullies? No, it's more the case of the way it's defined. You can oust them, but because it's a corporate, it has to be done in a corporal manner. So you can't just come out here and be like, these are the motherfuckers, take them down. It has to be in like here's a white document. Here's the people who are going to be terminated and departing from our company because of XYZ. And basically, you just feed them to the wolves, essentially. Yeah. That's pretty much how you do it.
Yeah. That's what I said. You don't have to say what they did. You just, terminate them due to X, Y, and Z. And invest on your livers. Don't let the livers pay out of pocket for the projects. I understand that a lot of companies do that. Hololive probably also do that. But the difference is Hololive pays them, so they have the resources.
Well, that's the other thing too. Once again, we come back to the fact of this is someone who was really young when he made the company, made a heck ton of money off it, and now he's got a crap ton of money that he doesn't know what to do with it. He's not reinvesting it back into the company. And if he is, he's not doing it effectively.
Oh, absolutely not doing it effectively, yeah.
And it's just, it's a letdown at the fact that you find out that all of these talents have to pay thousands of dollars out of their own pocket to do their job, basically. But it's like, the company is here to support you, to assist you in your career. The fact that you have to do all of this by yourself makes zero sense. And to me, that tells me that your company is not even remotely suited to be a real company in the first place. They can't do their job. They're going to be a letdown. You need to get out. There is no point to stick it out if you are having to pay more bills on your own ambitions and projects than on your actual your livelihood. That's where your money should be going.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, can you imagine working in one of the biggest VTuber companies in the world for years, coming out and having a net positive of 0? That's crazy. That's unprecedented. That is crazy. Right? Also, apparently, some other livers, allegedly, they don't even have what to eat sometimes. They have to live off rations. That's crazy. Yeah. Can you imagine how bad that is? Like,
that's literally, you're on the brink of poverty, essentially,
Yeah.
at that point. But you
You're
have a
literally-
job, which is the irony behind it.
they're literally paying to work, and that's
Yeah.
inhumane.
It is.
It is really, it's messed up. Yeah. And yeah,
But yeah.
I deviated from Vox, but Vox has other problems. You know, weaponizing his fans.
Oh yeah, being a giant manipulator too. The tragedy of that part as well being that during the Black video, apparently when he had his part to say, even his own fans mentioned that, oh yeah, this is him using his manipulation voice. What? Huh?
I remember that.
Are you kidding me? You are aware that this is the voice that the man puts on when he's manipulating everybody. You're fully aware of it, and what? You're just gonna sit here and let it happen?
Oh man.
What the fuck? What?
Yeah, the like the the group of facts that one, he has a manipulation voice. That two, his fans know how to tell when he's using a manipulator voice. 3, the fact that his fans accept that he has a manipulator voice. And 4, the fact that they're recognizing it in a stream that's supposed to be serious. Insane. I am so glad I was reminded of that.
Crazy.
I'm so glad
I think the other point to bring up during that Black video as well, in case people had missed it, during his point, the way he was talking about Solange, we do mention how, like, they're basically throwing her under the bus. The whole time, you can tell it's a form of manipulation because he's constantly talking about, I thought that Solange and I were friends and I wanted to support her. Bruh.
That was crazy.
That's the worst way you can go out through this. Why... You're out here like, I was a really good friend. No, you're not a good friend. You're throwing her under the bus right now, and you're acting like you're the victim. No, you're not. She's the one who got hurt in the end. She's the one who attempted on her life twice. And none of you did anything about it. Talk about a friend what you are, bro.
Yeah, exactly. And it needs to be said too, everybody, because it happened before Solange, a lot of people forget to mention, but Zion Lanza had the same treatment that Solange has.
Yeah.
The problem is Zion Lanza was under fire because of some edgy jokes that she made, so people didn't really took her side. But it came out later, she also had a document explaining everything, that what they did to Solange, they basically did to her as well. They threw her under her bus. Her supposed friends allegedly backstabbed her, and she also attempted on her life because of that. So, you know, that company is a lot of problems.
Yeah.
It gets worse and worse. Yeah. I'm sorry. This isn't supposed to be the bad vibes that is being every time we talk about Niji-san. It's supposed to be a happy episode, Maka. I'm sorry.
It's all good. I mean, I think the thing about podcasting that's really good is that because our one revolves around just multiple different topics, it doesn't really matter what gets brought up. It's just a discussion happens and that we get to share it with everybody else, and everybody else also gets to share their opinions on the podcast as well, which is really good. Yeah. I like that we're discussing this. I don't know, somehow, somewhere, the confidence came out. Maybe it was because I was in Korea, who knows. But the sudden confidence of, like, just being able to roast them this much, it's deserved, in a way. I think a lot of people have some really strange takes about them. And I'm sorry, honey, but, like, your takes are wrong. Your takes are wrong and they're bad.
Honey. Your takes are wrong.
Honey, your takes are wrong and incorrect and just bad overall. Because, as I said earlier, why would you, like, there are people, streamers, who, and sometimes it can get to a point of where you end up creating parasocial relationships with these streamers. Fine, I'm not going to get into that mess. I don't give a damn. But in that scenario where, for example, Vox, a manipulator, a known narcissist as well, who treats his fans the way that he treats them and weaponizes them, basically. Always ask yourself, basically tell yourself, I wouldn't treat myself this way. So why am I allowing someone else to treat me this way? Because it is exactly that case with the content creators you watch. Why are you allowing them to basically weaponize you, the audience, into doing all these things that you, as I guess the self-proclaimed good person that you are, would never actually do? Because what the fuck? Why would you, like, especially for example as well, like, I don't know, say that they are 12-year-olds and, I don't know, perhaps their parents find out that they're harassing people on the internet, or just like, you know, someone ends up in a bad situation to a point of where, yeah, they do attempt on their life and you were involved in that. How do you think other people will react to you doing something like that? Why do you think that it's okay to do something like this? Why do you think it's fine to misbehave and treat people so badly when you would never do that to yourself? So why go out of your way to do it to others? What the fuck?
Exactly.
That's not crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
And also, just a little bit of spice to add to the pot here as well. I think it's a bit of a skill issue that you'd allow a 2D man to manipulate you to do something you would never do.
Exactly.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah, there's the stuff of Hexawire too. I remember.
Oh, don't even get me started on that.
Oh, God.
There's there's a huge mess covering that as well. Oh my goodness.
You're right, Faya, and monitor children.
Yeah.
So, chat, basically everything that we've said so far is all alleged.
Everything I said is facts.
Okay.
Everything I said is real.
Okay. Never mind. Sanji, if you wanna sue me, I'm just gonna let you know I'm not gonna pay. So please arrest me so I can get a free trip to Japan. Thank you very much.
Imagine trying to, essentially kidnapping someone, sending them to Japan to be like, pay up. No, I don't live here. I'm not a citizen. I don't have to owe you anything. I don't do jack shit. What the hell?
Exactly. Also, I dare you, Sanji, come to Brazil. Come get me. Let's see how far you make it.
They'll get lost in seconds, Corn.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll find you.
Yeah.
Have you looked out your window recently? Have you seen the roads?
Wow.
Do you see those mountain ranges? They're not gonna be able to find you.
Let's go. I live in the middle of the Amazon River. Come get me.
Come fight me.
Hex? Yeah, Hex is another can of worms, actually.
Let's just say that I think the worst thing that's on the list for him is the fact that he was essentially encouraging his fans who were cutting themselves, engraving their name, his name into their arms, and then posting it on Twitter, and him liking those posts.
Yeah, he was condoning it, basically.
Yes.
That's a thing.
Yeah, really. That was a thing that had happened. This was before likes were privated, by the way, too, so... Yeah,
also the fact that his persona was basically a psychiatrist, and people were donating to his Streamlabs with their personal problems. And he's not
venting to him.
Yeah, they were venting to him, and he was basically acting on that, even though he's not actually a licensed psychiatrist. And that's also a tactic of manipulation, because basically they used him as a rock, so they were kind of relying on him. Yeah, it's a whole another can of worms. It's crazy.
Yeah. It was pretty bad.
All under Sanji blessing, baby.
Yeah, let's go. It's messy. This is what I mean. Like, I think we always say this too. When it comes to Sanji, unfortunately, there isn't a lot of good news that comes out of it because they're just a huge mess. And
yes,
they may never fix their mess, honestly.
Yeah, this needs to be said. There are good livers, there are good streamers under Sanji. The problem is the bad app, like MACARON said, the bad apples and the company itself and their management. But there are good people that hopefully they can leave soon. But I hope that There are good people under Niji Sanji.
What is up with 2D men manipulating children? I know! That's what I've been saying!
Yeah. Yeah, it's been
Be stronger than this, please.
Yeah.
Be more stronger than this. Have a brain of your own.
I mean, they could do all of that, but if they dared to play a fucking game without permission, oh my god. Termination.
We are terminating.
Termination. We're terminating you, okay?
Hey, it's the fastest way to get out. You got your connections, people saw you. You can take whatever you can get. So.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's the tactic. You get in, you sign up a year contract, 11 months in, you start whistleblowing, you leave, profit. Profit.
Even if it's not actually money, at least I get to leave with more fans who actually get to appreciate my content better than the company themselves.
Exactly. Like, for example, I have to say this. Recently, Mint Fantome and Doki Bird had a concert of their own. While back in Niji Sanji, they've been there for a year and they never got a 3D model at all. Not even fan. I think I might be mistaken, but I think Pomu Rainpuff tried to get basically commission a 3D model, and there was a kind of problem with that. I don't remember what's the situation. I don't wanna say things that I don't know for sure. But she ended up never getting it, and it was her dream to perform live with a 3D model. She couldn't do it in Niji Sanji, and as an indie, she did in like 3-4 months. So, you know.
Can someone just buy a Niji and do some cleaning to be able? Yeah, they need a janitor.
They do.
One that they should probably pay a lot of money to, because holy crap, there is a lot of cleaning to do. There is a giant mess. It's a big dookie pile, and nobody else is gonna clean it. It's been rotting in the basement for who knows how long now. So
yeah, and also like job listings for Niji Sanji, they were accepting like what? Do you remember this, Macaron? Were it translators or men?
Yeah, it was translators, basically, or part-time, quote unquote. Essentially, I looked into it because I was like, if someone were to apply, what does it pay him? How, like, what's the requirement and all that jazz? Had to look into it. Basically, you're working for free. You're working for experience. There is money involved, but it's like literally nothing.
Yeah, they don't pay well. You know, it's kind of part-time. So like for people who, you know, had another job to have to work for them.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
The worst part too is that they were asking mostly for either like university or high school students.
High school students, yeah, that was the thing, yeah. Or just translate for them. And then you get basically stuff like congratulations. You remember that? Official merch written congratulations.
Yeah, how's that translating going?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think Niji has potential. I hope someone did that on purpose. I would love that person if they did that on purpose. I think Niji has potential if you take all the bad stuff, bro. Yes, they do. They absolutely do. The problem is the bad apples are so rotten that it really stinks. They're
rotten to the core.
Yeah, they need to do something. Like, they need to clean up. Clean up. Full-on clean up. Otherwise, it's not gonna work.
They're bringing in a couple of messy people as well. Like, there are content creators that they're bringing in who had done some really, like, suspicious stuff in their PLs anyways.
Oh, was that true? I thought that was a rumor. Is that true?
No, that's true. So
the SMR guy?
Biggest one that came out of it, yeah, it was. Oh, the AS no. Oh, no, kind of. It was Doppio.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he doesn't do it anymore, but also at the same time, the fact that you're moving into a giant company with that stamped on your back, and everybody knowing that you had done that. This is, by the way, I'm only mentioning, like, the fact that he had been involved. This is, okay, for those who don't know, years ago, I was within the boyfriend ASMR community as for curiosity, literally. Just to find out what was going on, basically.
Based.
Doppio, historically, was also part of that community years ago, prior to entering Niji Sanji. Now, boyfriend ASMR isn't that bad. It is cringe, but like, do whatever you need to do to not feel so lonely at night. But the thing that got messy about Doppio was that he was making these videos as characters from video games. I think his most notable ones were from Genshin. They were minors, and it was not safe for work content.
Oh, that was the I remember now.
Yeah.
Ooh, oh my god, holy shit.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Now there may be some people who might not think much of that because it's like, oh, but like it's just a fictional character. No, it's bad. It's really bad. Hi, Senna. Hello.
Yeah. Also, my favorite. I was walking down the street and this white couple approached me, and they said hi. That was my favorite. Uki Violetta and the White Saga. Oh my god, that was my favorite part.
The 10-year-old agency. No, we were talking about Doppio, and I think it's hilarious that the fact that
that did happen too.
I didn't realize that it was him. Yeah, that thing recently too. I didn't realize that it was Doppio initially until my sister had pointed it out because she had also listened to some of his stuff. And then she was like, yeah, he's literally posted up things that, like, it's literally a minor from Genshin Impact and it's not safe for work content that he sometimes does. And it's just out there in the public. And I was like, are you kidding me? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Excuse me? Nah. Whack. Get that out of here.
Yeah.
Whack.
Yeah, weird. Yeah. Very weird. And yeah, I forgot. That's another thing I was gonna mention that I forgot because Niji Sanji. The 9-year-old, 10-year-old VTuber that was about to debut, but of course the company backed out. I think it was a Indonesian company or something like that.
Yeah, I think it was.
Bro, what is wrong? Oh my god. That's child labor. Child labor, yeah. It's child exploitation. Because, yeah, we're gonna pay her. You can pay her in, like, I don't know, lollipops and get the fucking money, right? 9-year-old. Oh, that was great. And that's not the first time too. I'm pretty sure there was a 16-year-old that was going to debut as well a couple months ago. And people were like, no, that's weird. This is not a space for, minors should be working. And, okay, I'll be honest. Oh, yeah, people can say so. Sure, but this is not the community. We literally have official lewd tubers that, have companies now. This is not
I don't think I ever
space.
Want to find out the day that somehow, for some reason, a 10-year-old gets into the industry.
Yeah.
And then immediately, I'm so sick and tired of it, man. Yeah, there is gooning, but there is also another thing called grooming, and you might be doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Please stop! Oh my gosh.
Really?
I saw the auditions for the thing a few years ago. I think there was. It was brief, and I think
don't
it was
remember
mostly
that.
for Japan. It was years ago.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, that's messy. That's disgusting. Nah. Why the heck? I mean, I understand it because in the Asian industry they do that because it's easier to manipulate children. Because they do that in the K-pop industry.
Yeah, the idol community also has a lot of children.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, in Japan. Literally 8-year-old girls debuting into AKB48 and having to have fan signing events for 40-year-old men. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
wrong.
Let that sink in. Let that sink in.
That's
if we had that in the, I don't care if people are like, oh, but they do it in like the Japanese and idol industry. I don't give a fuck. This isn't the Japanese idol industry. This is a VTubing community. Why are we allowing something like this? That's disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
More marketable, yeah, literally. And it's just not. I get that you want to be out here being like, but other industries have normalized it. Let's not be the industry that normalizes that, okay?
Some stuff should not be normalized.
Yeah, exactly. Some things should just keep out. Just should not exist anyways. We shouldn't be sitting here having regular conversations and acting like that's not a problem, because that is a problem. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
We should not be allowing this to happen. Why are we not protecting minors from this sort of thing happening?
Yeah, I would say most of the internet should not be a place for minors. Like, I think Twitter, honestly speaking, I don't think Twitter should allow like minors at all. Especially
they shouldn't.
In the system that is in, because not only Twitter is basically ran by rage baiting, there's also a lot of non-safe content in there as well, especially nowadays. Yeah. I would say most of the internet's not for minors. Straight up.
I think minors should not even be on social media, bro. Actually, funny you mentioned that, right, Pi? So, I found out recently, while I was away, that Australia has now approved the bill to basically not allow children who are under the age of 16, I believe. They are not allowed to be on social media.
Oh, that's good.
So companies, so like Facebook, Twitter, any social media platform, have a year to figure out how they were going to prevent that, because now that is official law in Australia that if you are 16 and under, you are not allowed social media accounts. And yeah, that's what we're going with next year. So that'll be interesting. I don't know how they're going to implement it, but we'll see how they do it. Because like obviously, like there are platforms that are like, oh, you have to be like 13 in order to be here, but like they fake their ages.
Yeah,
I don't know what they're going to do to push it. Maybe they'll be like, oh, you need to give me your driver's license or whatever, because you get your driver's license here when you're 16 anyway, so maybe that would solve the problem, but it's out of our hands. Social media platforms all have to put up with it now. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. I assume, I don't think about driver's license because probably, you'll be like giving data to the conglomerate media companies. But that is, I think, one of the only solutions, because there are workarounds for every other solution out of that. So I really don't know how we do it.
So I don't even know what they're gonna do. But once again, it is up to the social media platforms to just figure it out.
Yeah.
It's up to them to solve that problem, or else there will be fines to pay, and they will be big.
Exactly. That reminds me, I should thank AmeriCorn for taking care of my Twitter when it was banned in Brazil. Thank you, AmeriCorn. If you're watching this, wherever you are.
You know what that reminds me of? It's, what is it? The Lois meme, of where it's like, whoever you are, thank you.
Exactly.
That's literally you. That's so funny.
That was a crazy
I don't like
shit.
the idea of giving your ID to these companies. Yeah, no, literally.
Yeah,
it's a bad idea, but I think that's all the
idea,
only thing that they'll resort to.
That is a bad idea, yeah.
So who knows what they'll end up doing. Face recognition, all that jazz. It's a bit messy, which is the big thing that's terrifying about it, but
apparently,
who knows?
Apparently, like Juggalo face paint, like the insane clown posse face paint, apparently fucks over face recognition. Literally, yeah, apparently it does. Apparently, it messes up the algorithm, and they cannot recognize you if you have Juggalo face paint on. For some reason.
What the heck?
Like,
okay.
So like, if you're, I don't know, protesting in a more like surveillance place like China and Taiwan and place like that, probably use Juggalo makeup, because they will not be able to recognize you. That's
Fun tip for
apparently
all
a
of
thing.
you. In the case for some reason you want to do something like that.
Yeah, just in case, you know.
Just in case.
Just in case.
You never know.
You know, exactly.
No, I truly don't know when I'm gonna need face paste during a protest to get away from the cops. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, information doesn't. That's my motto, you know. Knowledge does not occupy space. So the more you know, the better.
That's fair. What time is it? Oh, it is 12:30 for me. I have work in the morning.
Do you want to step here?
Yeah, this was really good though.
It was.
I'm happy we got to cover all of this stuff because I think this is the first time we've actually covered it in full, and I think a lot of people have a lot of missing pieces here and there to all the stuff that went down because it's like, oh well, I saw this part happen, but like they miss out on the rest of it. I don't think a lot of people dug into it as much as we did.
Yeah, I basically, I don't know if you guys noticed. I really like following drama.
No,
I guess I'm a drama queen. I guess
as much as as much as drama is irritating, you can't deny the fact that you do lean in to listen in and to find out what's going on here.
The tea.
Oh, who is
the tea. Yeah,
exactly. It's curiosity. You just get curious.
Yeah, exactly. And it has been going for a year at this point. So
literally this entire year has just been so bad for them. The fact that they keep doing all these things to try and crawl back and then immediately it's a bad day, just give it up. Yeah. Give up.
Exactly.
There is nothing else you could do, honestly. There are things you could do, but you'll refuse anyway, so I don't know. I'm out of ideas for what you could do now.
Yeah, exactly.
But thank you everybody for joining us for the Snack Time podcast. Missed you all. Hopefully I'll be able to do a couple of streams before Christmas, before the break.
Hopefully me too.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. There was a dating sim, a Christmas dating sim.
Christmas dating
with a
sim.
yandere Santa.
Really?
Yeah, I had done it last year because I was like, this would be funny. I should probably go back to do it again.
That's so funny.
Name, I'll send it to you, Pi.
Hell yeah.
It's on itch.io. It was really funny. Oh my gosh, I got big bug eyes. But yes, thank you everybody for joining us. We will hopefully be back in the new year.
Hopefully, yeah.
It will be in the new year. Wow.
That would be great, actually.
Season 2?
Yeah, season 2, exactly. Season 2, episode 1. Catch you guys then.
Yes. Any final words from you, Corn?
Yes. Do not sign any NDAs.
That's some life.
That's a life advice.
Life hacks. Life advice, life hacks. If you want to survive, don't sign an NDA.
Exactly. But thank you all for coming.
Thank you, everybody. Bye. We will see you in 2 weeks. Bye.
We'll see you. Bye. Let me end stream. Do I have an end stream thing? I do. Bye.